know, we have a sea of vision, and I wish we had smell-o-vision. Tonight, Pat's joining me. Of course, Chef is joining us from his farm out in California. We're offering, this is so huge, the first, the only time, the entire year, and you literally have today only, of course, the famous, world-renowned Fair Isle Salmon Filets. So what are we doing? You're getting a whopping 12-pack. They are huge, beautiful 6-ounce fillets. All comes individually packaged and flash frozen. You're getting a beautiful butter to go along with it, and you're getting a seasoning pack that goes along with it as well. Why is this a big deal, and why have we sold almost 1,000 last hour alone? It is simply because this is the lowest price we're going to do for the entire year. It is the only time we're doing this for the entire year as a Today Special, and you literally have today only. Here's what happens. Normally with our Today Specials, occasionally, we'll run it 2 or 3 days post-sale. We'll do it after the day we launch it. Not in this case. You literally have today and today only. You get all 12. They're all 6 ounces. This is the finest salmon you can find in the world, and Chef will share more of the story with you. Now, here's your options. You can get single ship, which is great. If you've never tried it, you're like, you know, I just want to get it. It's 12 big salmon pieces. That's fine. What is always the most popular, and it's true tonight, I'm going to give you a number update in just a second, is the auto ship. Now, what happens with auto ship? You're going to have these received every 60 days. You get free shipping. You get flex pay on auto ship. The important point is you lock in the lowest price we're going to do all year tonight. And now, at this point, I have how many, Rob, left in auto ship? This is a big deal. How many do I have left in auto ship? Okay, guys, we have 3,400 left for the entire, there's only 3,400 people who now can lock in this auto ship price, and we cannot raise the price on you. You can cancel it, you can slow it down, you can speed it up, you have full control of auto ship. But if you want the auto ship that is already dangerously low, considering how many we brought in for the day. All right, as I mentioned, Chef Curtis Stone is joining us. He is a multi-award winning Michelin star awarded chef. He's joining us from his farm, the Four Stones Farm in California. And he's back. And Chef, obviously, you know, I'm so proud to say you have sold I looked it up because I'm a nerd, 2.3 million salmon fillets in one place in the world, and that's right here with us here at HSN.
Well, I tell you what, you only sell a lot of something if it's really, really good. It's that simple. People will try it, but if it's not good, they won't come back for it. And I love this salmon. You know how I came across the Faroe Islands? I was talking to my fish supply for my restaurant, my Michelin-starred restaurant, and I said, I want the greatest salmon on the world. He said, oh, there's Ora King salmon that comes out of New Zealand. It is fantastic. And I said, I've had it. I love it. He said, but you've got to try this Faroe Island salmon. And I said, I've never actually even heard of it. I hadn't heard of the place. Have a look at it. It is the most pristine part of the world. You don't see cars. You don't see trucks. You don't see any pollution. You don't see any houses. It's just a beautiful, beautiful part of the world. And guess what? You want no pollution anywhere near this aquaculture. You want it to be a pristine environment. It is a natural breeding ground for the salmon. So let me tell you something. They love being there. They're very, very happy indeed. Strong currents. That means that the fish are getting lots of exercise. We also get to control the food, right? So there's no GMOs, it's all 100% natural. We know exactly what these fish are eating. The other thing that's really important to understand is when we take it out of the water, we harvest that very same day, we freeze it. Right, so we remove all the bones, we cut those perfect center cut fillets for you, but then it goes straight into a snap frozen environment, and it stays that way until it gets delivered to you. You, of course, will receive it on dry ice. You'll stick it straight into the freezer, and when you're ready to cook with it, you take it out and you stick one in the pan. So you want to cook one, you take out one. You want to cook 6, take out 6. Look, I went ahead and took these 2 fillets and put it in about 2 minutes ago, and you can just see in my DuraPan, this is that perfect little sidekick pan. I've got my brand new fish spatula that I'm going to turn this over with.
Which is available.
So have a look at that gorgeous golden brown. So this is brand new, and yes, it's available. Of course, we wouldn't do that to you. We wouldn't bring it and not, I wouldn't use it and not make it available. Basically, everything I touch is available, you guys. So you can see how quick and simply that cooks. Now, you can finish it off in the oven, or you can leave it in the pan. I've actually gone ahead and I'm going to show you what we're giving you, because we're giving you this beautiful little butter. This is how it comes. It is a lemon and garlic butter, right? So that's it right there. I'm actually going to take some of that and just put a tiny little dollop, just a wee little dollop on either fillet and let that just melt. You could also just rub it across the top of the fillet if you like, right? We also give you this beautiful seasoning. So this is a gorgeous little dry rub or seasoning that's perfect for salmon. It's got a little dill, it's got a little parsley, there's some lemon zest, there's a little bit of garlic, and of course some salt. They come included in your pack. It's not an additional purchase. Then what we do is we take the salmon out of the pan. Now that was in for about 5 minutes total. 6 minutes if you want it just a little more cooked. 5 if you want it still a little pink. Have a look at this. When I flake this salmon, just let me flick it round. Just have a look at how simply and beautifully we've got a real gorgeous crust on the top. You can see that. But look at how succulent and juicy that salmon is on the inside. Now, this one's cooked all the way through, right? And I'm doing this on purpose. And I think I've even got my kinetic thermometer to show you that you can control that doneness if you so choose, right? So this one's all the way through. And I think this one is still a little pink. Is that right, Matt? Yeah. Perfect. So if you want to control the cooking, of course, you can pick up on my kinetic thermometer. All you do is give it a quick shake like that. It's going to give you a digital readout of the temperature. What that then relates to is this probe. So I can stick the probe right into the thickest part of that salmon, so I know exactly how far I've cooked it. Right, so if you have a doneness that you prefer, of course you can. We've printed on the back all of the different donenesses, both for the steaks, for the fish, for the lamb, for the poultry. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and show you. This one's just slightly less done than the other. Oh no, this one's probably about the same. Sorry, Matt, I made a liar out of you. You know what? I'm cooking one right now, so I'll take that off because I want everyone to know. Yes, you can cook it all the way through. And by the way, it's fabulous. It's still succulent. It's still juicy. And it's still delicious. Oh, wow, that is so good. But, hold on, wait. There is a point to this. I'm going to show it to you. Wow, that's good. By the way, Suze, one of these portions, big 6-ounce portion, is really enough for 2 people in many instances. So I'm going to go ahead and grab myself another one. Thank you.
Hey, and Chef, can I tell you? So I have Kat beside me. I know you're a little envious because we got her in our studio. I'm very happy. She's cooking up a storm. You guys got to look at this too. We've got the butter on it. We got the seasoning on it. I got my little fishing plate over here ready to go.
I used my thermometer.
Yeah, she said, by the way, hers turned out perfect.
I learned from Curtis.
You learned from Curtis, that's right. I mean, oh my gosh, you guys, this is such a unique opportunity. Chef, will you do me a favor and share the story about the SAG Awards you recently was at?
Oh, yeah.
Thanks.
Absolutely. So I cook for the SAG Awards, and last year we had 1,100 people, right? I wanted to cook them the very best fish that I could find because they wanted a seafood meal. Of course, I went to the Faroe Island salmon. We served the Hollywood's elite, all the movie stars, everyone you can imagine is there. All the big shows represented. And of course, we had so many wonderful compliments. Everybody absolutely loved that meal. And guess why? Because the salmon is the star. Now, this one is cooked nice and pink, and you can see here, you can cook it really pink like this. This is actually sushi-grade salmon. So if you want to make a poke, if you want to do it as sashimi, yes, you can. Right, so it's that good a quality, and you can just see it right here, still just flaking perfectly. So if you want to cook it a little pinker, please be my guest. Now, pan frying or roasting, that's just a couple of ways that you can cook it. Look at that beautiful salmon. I can't help myself but to have another taste. Oh, you know what I read all the time in the reviews? It's not fishy at all.
Exactly.
Fishy fish is usually fish that's gotten a little bit older. So this is perfectly fresh, right? We know that because we freeze it the day it comes out of the water. Have you got my steamer there, Matt? I do. Oh, thank you, mate. Right in front of me. This is the sidekick pan, Suze, and this is that gorgeous steamer. So if you want to pick up on the steamer, you absolutely can. Now, these are those same gorgeous 6-ounce portions. I'm going to go ahead and pop them up here on my bok choy. And then you just drop that straight over your sidekick pan, pop the lid on. Oops, that's the wrong lid. We'll find the right size lid. There it is. Thank you, mate. Pop that lid on, and that will be done in, I reckon, 6 minutes. Let's put a timer on and we'll come back to it in 6 minutes time. And that's how quick it is.
And
comes
chef,
like this.
just real quick, if you want
Yeah,
the pan,
definitely.
that was from last hour. The pan is a 1 day only price, so think of it as this day only. The pricing is for 1 day. We've already sold out of the sunflower, but I think I have 5 more colors left. The steamer is also available. Again, this just takes your cooking all to the next level, and that will fit on the pan from last hour. What I want to show you in front of me is not only how long they are, but I want you to see how thick these are. You have to remember, this is coming from the world-renowned Faroe Islands, world-renowned for their salmon. In fact, a very small community, this is how they exist. The fishermen who actually harvest the salmon, the people who create or who actually raise the salmon. This is how we support, which I love that too. I did a lot of research tonight. I was like, where is Faroe Island? As a matter of fact, just so you'll know, it's in the North Atlantic Ocean between Iceland and Norway, between those two. And so this is their passion, this is what they do, and world-renowned. And it's wonderful because Chef has these amazing connections. He's a Michelin-starred chef. He's not gonna sell into his restaurants or do the SAG Awards with one salmon that's really good and then come to HSN with his amazing reputation and go, I'm gonna do a really lousy salmon for HSN customers. We are getting the same rarefied air as those fancy people out in LA and those fancy people who were at the SAG Awards. You and I get to eat like that in our own homes. And look at the price breakdown. I did the math for you. It comes out to $11 a piece. You tell me, when was the last time you ordered salmon in just maybe a good restaurant in your town? How much was that plate? How much did you pay for it? It had to have been 20, 30, 40, maybe $50 at a regular town, let alone a major city. Or how about $11 a piece getting some of the world's finest salmon? You and I are gonna eat salmon that they only serve in the top of the line restaurants, the really good places. And we're so fortunate to have Chef bring it to us. Now, I do wanna do some updates, guys, because it's so important that you lock this in tonight. If you want to do auto ship, it comes every 60 days and you have complete control of that. I think a lot of people freak out and think, oh no, I'm going to be trapped in something I'm going to get for the rest of my life. You're not. It's super easy to customize your auto ship. You can cancel it, you could slow it down, you could speed it up. So maybe 12's fine and it lasts you 6 months, that's fine. Don't have your next delivery for 6 months. You can control that. What you can't control after today is getting the same deal. Right now on auto ship, it is the only way you can lock in our lowest price for the entire year. It's the only way you can lock in the free shipping and the flex pay on it is to grab the auto ship. And please remember, this is the only time we're doing the #1 most popular food item he has at HSN. With over 2.3 million fillets sold here, this is the only time today and today only you're gonna get this on single ship or that all-important auto ship if you want to get it for the rest of the year. Will we bring the fillets back? Of course, they're #1, they're the most popular. Will you have this deal? Absolutely not. There's not going to be a better value than what you're locking in tonight. And if you want the auto ship, we're closely approaching only about 3,000 left for the rest of the day, for the rest of the country. And we're in the second hit. We're on the second show tonight. All right, Chef, I'm gonna throw it back to you because I know you have a lot more ideas, but I was really fascinated about how passionate, and really this filet supports an entire very small community of the farmers and the fishermen who raise it.
It sure does. And I mean, you saw the images. It's a very small community. In fact, so small you can barely see it. And that's what we love about it because it's such a pristine, beautiful place for salmon. Here's what I love about salmon. It's so versatile. Look at this. I've just roasted this with a little bit of that butter, right? So very delicious. In fact, what I might do is just put a little spoon of cauliflower puree underneath that salmon. And then I've got another beautiful vegetable. This is some pumpkin or some roasted squash, I should say. I've gone ahead and made a delicious sauce. So the sauce can just sit right on in there. So this is with extra virgin olive oil. I've got a little bit of roasted tomato. And then let's finish that off with just some beautiful microherbs. Now, this is the kind of thing that you go out and spend, well, 30 bucks, 40 bucks, $50 in some restaurants, let's be honest.
Oh, easy.
Right? So you can do that. But You can also do this. I've got a little bit of pasta and some veggies in a salad over here. Check this out, Suze. Out of my steamer, because trust me, go say to your doctor, hey, I'm having a lot of steamed salmon. What do you think? Is that a heart healthy choice? Go and do the research, guys, on the health benefits of salmon. You will be blown away at how wonderful this is. We know it's full of omega-3s. We know it's full of essential fatty acids, but go do that research. Have a look at this beautiful steamed salmon. You can see just how flaky it is. It's still a little pink there in the center, which is wonderful. I'm going to bring that right on over. I'm not going to lose any of that, though. I'm going to let that sit and just rest for just a second. So whether it's that beautiful steamed salmon you're going for or that gorgeous roasted salmon, it can be a casual lunch, it can be a fancy dinner. The choice is yours. In fact, Matt's done something really fun. And then I want to know what Kat's up to.
I know, because I got a good one.
Oh, yeah, look at what Matt's done.
What is it?
You can even cut these into a little dice and bread them, right? I'm actually replicating what you did, Kat. This is the pokey that you made earlier. Oh, yum. Matt,
they love the idea so much, they totally stole your idea, Kat. Just want you to know.
We've stolen it, Kat. Kat and I are stealing each other's recipes all the time. She has carte blanche permission to steal my recipes. What are you making, kitty cat?
Okay, well, what are you making now? And I got to show you what she did, because she already whipped up my poke for me as well.
I did.
Yeah.
But now I just seared some salmon, and it's just so beautiful. What a nice, I know.
It's so, look at this.
It's so good.
Now, this is, I mean, come on. Is your mouth watering? Aren't you thinking, oh my gosh, and that is so heart healthy for you, as you said, Chef. It's so good for you. The edamame's in there, the veggies are in there. We've got avocado, which is so important in your meal. I love it. We've got all the little extras, and then of course there's that salmon. Now, how do we get that color? How do we make it kind of that traditional poke style? Chef has back in stock his wonderful sauces, and it's your choice of the 2-pack of the soy ginger or the sriracha, or you can get a combo of each. Those are available tonight, and that's how they've created the poke, or if you're gonna do even a stir fry with the salmon, it would be pretty amazing using that. Also, Chef, give me 2 seconds on this. I got a rave. Everybody's grabbing the cedar planks. If you've never done salmon on a cedar plank, it's very easy to do, but it takes your salmon next crazy level. The way a cedar plank infuses flavor into salmon is unlike anything you've ever tasted in your life. Rob, my producer, is gonna give me an update of where we stand, because we sold a ton of these last hour, and I know they're really, really limited at this point. Okay, guys, we have less than 2,000 left for the entire day. We sold several hundred last hour. So if you want to up that game, get the cedar planks. Hey, Chef, can you give us like 2 seconds on the cedar planks? Because they're amazing, and they're going to sell out early today.
The cedar planks are sensational. We're going to show them to you in just a little while, cooking with them, but they're 100% sustainable. That's the most important part for me, because they're very simple to use. By the way, this is a set of 4, right? So they're nice and thin. You soak them in a little bit of water for an hour before you throw the salmon on, and then you throw them on the grill, you pop them in the oven. You get this wonderful sort of rich smokiness almost from the cedar, which just imparts such a beautiful flavor. And like I say, you can throw them onto a red hot charred grill. You'll get that sort of caramelized charred kind of a flavor. It is just wonderful. Great gift, by the way, for anyone that you know that likes to cook. So whether it's doing the cedar planks or, by the way, look at this new little toy. And it really is so, so fun. You can pick this up as well. The sides clip on, so that's the lid. And then you get your 8 containers. So if you're doing those poke bowls like you made earlier, Kat, we whip some up ourselves. I've got some carrot going in there with a cucumber. I've got a little bit of cilantro. I've got some scallions going on top. I've got some chili. I've got a little bit of furikake, which is a little bit of seaweed. I've got some chili. I've got some sesame seeds. I mean, you can put this together so quickly, right, and so deliciously. Let me go ahead and get that in there as well. By the way, when you're not using it, the lid goes back on. That just pops on like so, right? All of that for less than 20 bucks. You kidding me? With all of those containers. And then, of course, to finish this off, you're going to use a little of my sriracha aioli, which is just absolutely divine. So a little squirt of that and a little squirt of my soy and ginger. So pick those up as a pair. And I tell you what, you guys, you're cooking your way to salmon heaven.
Think about this. If you guys have ever had a poke bowl, I love them. They're very good. I love salmon poke bowls. you spend easily 17, 20 bucks, and that's a lunch, you know what I mean? So here you're gonna do it at home, you're gonna do it for pennies. Your salmon is only $11 a piece, and you can split that between 2 poke bowls. You could split that piece of salmon between 2 people for dinner. Eating that entire piece is a ton of salmon. And so when you think about there's 12 in our today's special, I want you to double that, because seriously, you can split it in half and share it with someone else. That's how beefy and big and gorgeous these salmon fillets are. Here's what I want to show you though. They come individually fresh frozen, and literally they're so amazing how they harvest and put this into the freeze fast. So when you open it up, it literally tastes like you are getting it almost fresh from the ocean. It's that good. You get the butter to go with it. You're also going to get the seasoning packet to go along with it as well. I love their individuals. So if you only want to open up one, you're not having to open up all of them, which is great. Leave them in the freezer. I do want to repeat auto ship because I think this is so important. A lot of you are getting single ship. I get it, and that's fine. Great. I'm glad you're going to try salmon. We have sold 2.3 million of these fillets just here at HSN. No other retail outlet has them. He does it exclusive for us. That is a lot of happy people eating a lot of salmon. How popular is auto ship? This is why everybody wants to jump in it. Currently, Chef has over 8,000 customers on the auto ship for the salmon. So that just proves to me, and I think all of us, how amazing this is to have that many customers who want this consistently. And here's what you want to do tonight. You got to remember, it is the lowest price we'll do all year for his salmon fillets. It is for today only. We will not be offering this tomorrow at this price. It is literally a one-day today's special. On top of that, you have 5 flex pays. You can actually get this home. You pay it off in 5 months. You get it right away for about $26. So you pay that off in 5 months. And you continue to get free shipping, not only on this shipment, but on auto ship. And remember, you can slow it down, you can cancel it, you can speed it up. You have total control on auto ship. What you won't get after midnight tonight, or if it sells out early, is the chance to get the auto ship and to get this pricing and lock that in for the rest of the entire year. You know, Chef, I do want to get into the fact about how it's processed, because I think that's a real important distinction about a lot of salmon that people have been disappointed in that they might get like at their grocery store.
Oh, absolutely. Before I show you how we process it, Susan, I promise you that.
Okay, perfect.
I want you to see the size of this incredible fillet, this 6-ounce fillet, because when you talk about value, what would you expect to pay for an incredible portion of salmon? Because in restaurants, yes, they can charge $20, $30, $40, $50. I paid for Faroe Island salmon in a restaurant here in the Los Angeles area recently. But look at how it flakes. And just think about this. Maybe one of these fillets is enough for you and your partner. Maybe. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. Look, it covers the entire board. Imagine if this was you here, right, in the front mat on the stove there, mate, and over here this was me. Now imagine if this is enough for you and this is enough for your partner. Well, guess what? This, my friends, is costing you just over $5. And this is costing you just over $5. You can't get a hamburger in a fast food joint for $5, my friends. So the value is insanely good, and it really does stretch. Let me show you. I've got 2 delicious salads here. I'm going to bring that gorgeous salmon that I just flaked, and I have a mouthful of it as well. But have a look at how much you're getting to load up on that salad there, and then the other half can go over here. So whatever you want to serve it with, and I showed you before, it can be restaurant quality, it can be quick and simple. The choice is totally up to you, but you can just see the value that you're getting. Now, before I go any further, Suze, I promised you I would show you how we process it. Here it is. We take the entire fish, we divide it into 2 sides. Then we take away all the things that stop it from being wonderful, like the bones. We take all those bones out, right? Both sides, bones down both sides. We remove them for you. Then we remove that tail because look how thin that is. That's going to cook differently than the thick pieces. Then we remove that big collar because that's full of bones as well. And what are we left with? Center cut. That's what we mean when we say center cut. Every single one of them, perfect 6 ounces. Boneless, skinless, so easy for you to cook. And you can see that's a piece right there. So you can see how simple and easy that is for you to remove from the packaging, throw on into your pan. Very, very simple. So whether you want to cook it pan-fried like I have been, or maybe you want to do some sort of delicious curry. I've got some coconut milk here. Look at this. Shrimp, some squid. Go ahead and toss those in. Of course, we're going to cook this very, very quickly because we're going to poach. This is my 6-quart stock pot. I'm going to throw in some bok choy. And then, of course, the star of our dish is this incredible salmon. We've just diced 2 portions up. This is probably enough for 8 people. We've got a 6-quart stock pot working. And it cooks in no time. As soon as this comes up to a boil, which will be about a minute, it'll be done in about 2 minutes after that. So really, really quick, really, really simple. You put a little curry paste in here as well, and the flavour is sensational. Of course, you can throw more aromatics if you like. I'm going to throw in some of my signature seasoning. I've also got some shallots that we're going to toss in there. We've got a little bit of parsley and some chives. And have a look at this divine, that's coconut cream, a little bit of spice already. So fabulous. And the flavour of this, you just can't believe how quick you can pull a dinner off. So whether you're doing something fancy like this, Kat did on papillote earlier. She actually baked it in some parchment. Kat, what are you cooking up now?
She's going to show you.
Another one, I'll show you another one. And then I want to show you how I made that just real quick, because it's so easy. And your delicious butter, that compound butter, is
yum.
just perfect in here. And what a nice little treat for you to have on Valentine's Day. It's perfectly cooked. Absolutely perfectly cooked.
Look at that.
You can look at it. It's just gonna flake.
Look at the steam
Look,
rolling off of it,
it's just so perfect. But then I also made some appetizers. So I flaked off some of your salmon, made a little bit of appetizers. I'm going to use your delicious sriracha aioli for
You know
this
what's cool
big
about
game.
that, Kat, too? If you've got people
I
coming
know.
over, one piece of salmon is going to feed a ton of these appetizers.
Look how many I made. I just took a tiny little corner off of one of them.
Right, right.
And it's delicious, and it's just about all cut
Okay, show them your cute little trick here.
I know. So you just take your parchment paper.
I'll be
Yeah,
your-
you can do
I'll
that.
be your Vanna White.
You be me. And you cut it into a heart, and then you fold it. You just start around the edges, and you can look that up online, and I'll post one too. But then you put your salmon in it before you fold it up, and then you bake it in the oven at 400 for about 8 minutes.
It holds all that steam in there.
Holds
and-
all
and-
the steam.
And it infuses all that flavor,
It
too.
really does.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so
All right, Chef, we
perfect.
got about a minute to go. Guys, I know we're really busy, as we always are for this. First and only time all year we're going to do it, lowest price. This is it, guys, and you got to get it today. We are not going to post, sell, or offer this deal tomorrow at all. Chef, I'm going to throw it back to you, and then we got more good stuff to get to.
Well, there's so many ways to serve this salmon. You can serve it wintry and cold. It's a wonderful, I was just in Sweden. They eat a lot of salmon and they serve it with mashed potatoes and all the richness of their cold winter. Of course, you can serve it beautiful and healthy. Mother's Day's coming up. Easter's coming up. We'll be thinking about Lent before you know it. And guess what? Your salmon will be in the freezer and ready to go. I've got one more thing to show you. Have a look at this. I told you it'd only take 2 minutes. Look at how quick and simple that was over a little bit of rice. Absolutely gorgeous.
Oh my God, I was thinking also too, a salmon chowder would be delicious, especially since it's so freezing cold everywhere right now. Okay, so a couple things, Chef, we're gonna go over are some of the accessory items that you've seen Chef work with. The first one